Hey, Dodgers fans. Today we have a lot to unpack, and trust me, it is going to be a wild ride. There's been a lot of chatter recently about the Los Angeles Dodgers and their roster moves, especially when it comes to the outfield. One of the names that has unexpectedly popped up in trade conversations is Teoscar Hernandez, and honestly, this caught a lot of people by surprise. It wasn't something that anyone was expecting to see, and yet here we are, diving deep into what this could mean for the Dodgers moving forward. Teoscar has been a crucial player for the team, providing consistent offense and contributing to the lineup in ways that go beyond just the batting average. But the latest reports suggest that his name has surfaced in talks about potential trades, and that alone has sparked a ton of speculation about the Dodgers' intentions and strategy for the upcoming season. The main question surrounding this situation is whether the Dodgers themselves are actively exploring trade possibilities or if other teams are initiating discussions about Hernandez. From what's been reported, it's not entirely clear. The statements released by insiders indicate that his name has come up in conversations, but there's no definitive answer as to whether Los Angeles is putting him on the market or if these offers are purely external. In any case, this has created a fascinating scenario. If the Dodgers are indeed listening to offers, it would suggest that they are weighing their options carefully, considering both the immediate impact on the lineup and the long-term implications for the team's outfield depth. Hernandez has been a reliable contributor, but his defensive abilities have declined over the past season, which raises questions about where he fits best on the field. While some argue that he could transition into a more consistent role as a designated hitter, the Dodgers already have Shohei Ohtani locked into that position, leaving limited flexibility for Hernandez to thrive in the same way he has before. What makes this even more intriguing is the mention of the Boston Red Sox as a potential destination for Hernandez. Reports suggest that Boston is exploring options to strengthen their lineup, particularly with left-handed hitting and additional outfield support. However, their roster is already quite stacked in the outfield, which could limit the impact Hernandez might have if he were to join their team. It seems that any trade involving Hernandez would have to be strategic, ensuring that the Dodgers receive a package that not only compensates for losing him, but also aligns with their goal of maintaining outfield depth and flexibility. From a Dodgers perspective, receiving offers for Hernandez provides an interesting opportunity to potentially reshape the roster. If the team can acquire players who offer both defensive stability and offensive production, it could offset the loss of Hernandez while strengthening other areas that have been under scrutiny. It's important to consider the nuances of this situation. Hernandez has been a key contributor to the Dodgers' success over the last few seasons, and his bat remains a significant asset. However, his defensive struggles, particularly in right field, cannot be ignored. Placing him in left field might mitigate some of those issues, but without adding additional outfield talent, it could create gaps in coverage during a full season. This trade speculation, therefore, isn't just about whether Hernandez could leave, it's also about how the Dodgers would adjust their strategy if they did move him. The team would likely need to pursue multiple options in the free agent or trade market to ensure that any potential gaps are filled effectively. Whether that involves acquiring one or two additional outfielders, or finding a player who can serve as both a DH and outfield option, the strategy would need to be carefully considered to maintain competitive balance. The Dodgers situation highlights the delicate balance between managing player talent and constructing a roster that can compete over the long season. Hernandez brings both value and complexity to this equation. On one hand, he provides a powerful offensive presence that has been crucial in past championships, and, on the other hand, his defensive limitations present challenges that the team must navigate. This tension creates an environment where trade discussions become both exciting and fraught with difficult decisions. For fans, it raises questions about the future composition of the roster and how the Dodgers will prioritize offense versus defense moving forward. The idea of moving Hernandez, while initially surprising, might make sense if the team can leverage the opportunity to address other areas of need. It's a scenario that requires careful thought and strategic planning, and the decisions made in the coming weeks could have significant implications for the team's performance in the next season. Another layer to consider is Hernandez's potential role on another team. If the Dodgers were to trade him, He could be positioned in a role that maximizes his strengths, particularly as a designated hitter. While Los Angeles has Ohtani in that slot, other teams might see Hernandez as a valuable addition, capable of bolstering the lineup and providing clutch performance at the plate. This possibility underscores the complexity of the situation. It's not merely about whether Hernandez stays or goes. It's about finding the optimal alignment for both him and the Dodgers. If the trade value is compelling, it could allow Los Angeles to acquire multiple pieces that fit their strategic needs, perhaps even reshaping the outfield to create a more balanced and effective defensive unit while maintaining offensive firepower. All of these factors make the current trade speculation around Teoscar Hernandez a fascinating storyline to follow. From analyzing defensive metrics to considering the lineup dynamics, there is a lot at stake for the Dodgers. The balance between maintaining championship-caliber performance and addressing areas of weakness is delicate, and the decision to engage in trade discussions demonstrates a proactive approach to roster management. Even if a trade does not materialize, the very fact that offers are being considered reflects the team's commitment to exploring all possibilities to remain competitive. It's a situation that demands attention, thoughtful analysis, and understanding of both the players' contributions and the team's overarching strategy. Hernandez's situation embodies the intricate dance of professional baseball, where talent, opportunity, and strategy intersect in ways that captivate fans and challenge team management alike. Continuing on from the discussion about Teoscar Hernandez, there's a lot more to unpack about the Dodgers' approach to the upcoming season and how this potential trade could ripple through their roster. One of the key considerations is the Dodgers' overall outfield depth. With Hernandez's defensive limitations, the team has been exploring how to maximize both offense and fielding efficiency. The challenge lies in finding the right balance. While Teoscar has been an important bat in the lineup, particularly in high-pressure situations, his defensive metrics have raised concerns. The Dodgers need to consider whether they can find a suitable replacement who provides both a reliable glove and offensive production. The strategic calculations behind this are not simple. If Hernandez were traded, Los Angeles would have to identify multiple players who could fill the void, either through trades, free agency, or a combination of both. This is why even entertaining offers for Hernandez is a complex decision. It's not simply about acquiring a player in return. It's about reconstructing the roster in a way that maintains championship-level performance across the season's 162 games. Another factor adding complexity to this scenario is the designated hitter situation. Shohei Ohtani's presence as the full-time DH locks Hernandez out of that role in Los Angeles, which naturally limits his utility. Teams like the Boston Red Sox might view him differently, positioning him as a primary DH while potentially using him in the outfield sparingly. However, the Red Sox's current outfield configuration is already crowded, with several established players, so the integration of Hernandez would require careful consideration of both playing time and lineup strategy. This makes the potential trade a nuanced conversation rather than a straightforward swap. The Dodgers would have to assess whether the offer they receive justifies moving a player who has been instrumental in their success. Hernandez's offensive contributions, his experience in high-stakes games, and his ability to perform in clutch situations make him an asset that cannot simply be replaced without detailed planning. The Dodgers front office has shown in previous seasons that they are meticulous in their roster management. Exploring offers for Hernandez could be seen as a proactive move, testing the market to see what is available. Even if no trade ultimately occurs, it provides valuable information about how other teams value players with Hernandez's profile. For instance, teams struggling with left-handed batting or seeking outfield flexibility might view him as a high-priority acquisition. This, in turn, could allow the Dodgers to leverage any potential trade talks to their advantage, whether that means strengthening their roster with multiple incoming players or strategically planning their approach to free agency. Essentially, listening to offers does not equate to an immediate commitment to trade, but it does signal that the Dodgers are open to exploring every avenue to optimize their lineup. The broader context of Hernandez's potential trade also involves understanding the dynamics of team needs across Major League Baseball. Some teams might be looking for a strong bat to complement existing stars, while others are aiming to fill gaps caused by injuries or underperforming players. Hernandez's skill set, power hitting, plate discipline, and experience in high-pressure games makes him appealing in various scenarios, even if his defensive limitations are a factor. This duality makes him both valuable and challenging. For Los Angeles, the question is whether they can obtain a return that not only compensates for his loss, but also strengthens areas of weakness in the roster. This might include acquiring multiple outfielders to replace him, a closer to solidify the bullpen, or other offensive contributors to maintain the team's competitive edge. Fans naturally have mixed reactions to this kind of speculation. On one hand, Teoscar Hernandez has been a central figure in recent championship runs, contributing both as a hitter and as a presence in the clubhouse. On the other hand, baseball is a results-driven sport, and teams must constantly evaluate whether each roster move maximizes overall performance. The reality is that trading Hernandez, if done correctly, could provide the Dodgers with opportunities to improve the team in ways that go beyond a single player. For example, acquiring 2 reliable outfielders or additional offensive contributors could create a more balanced and defensively sound team, while still maintaining a strong batting lineup. This illustrates the kind of strategic thinking that goes into every major roster decision at this level. Ward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers around the league have become a roar after the Los Angeles Dodgers officially announced the acquisition of Framber Valdez, a move that instantly shifts the dynamics of their rotation. Sources close to the team suggest this isn't just a roster upgrade. It could be the kind of high-stakes gamble that changes the Dodgers' trajectory in the upcoming stretch. Valdez, known for his devastating sinker and poise under pressure, arrives with a reputation for grinding through lineups and eating innings, qualities that have made him one of the most coveted pitchers on the market. Rumors indicate that the Dodgers see him as more than just a mid-rotation option. Insiders hint at whispers that he could slot into a high-leverage role almost immediately, possibly shaking up the plans of the current rotation's hierarchy. While exact strategies remain tightly under wraps, sources say Valdez's presence could inject both stability and a subtle psychological edge. After all, opponents now must contend with a pitcher whose arsenal is as deceptive as it is effective. In clubhouse chatter, there's already speculation about the domino effect this signing may have. Veteran pitchers are reportedly adjusting their routines, while younger arms are watching closely, possibly inspired or pressured by the incoming talent. Analysts in the dugout rumor mill suggest the Dodgers may not stop here, hinting at further moves to maximize the impact of this acquisition. The buzz isn't only limited to Los Angeles. Whispers of Valdez's new home are spreading across rival front offices, sparking questions about matchups, trade leverage, and how other teams might respond before the trade deadline. Fans have taken to social media in a flurry, sharing both excitement and skepticism. Some argue that Valdez could be the missing piece for a pitching staff that has flirted with dominance but struggled with consistency. Others question whether the Dodgers' rotation will truly adapt overnight. But one thing is clear: the baseball world is watching closely. In an era where every move is magnified, this one feels different, urgent, bold, and loaded with potential drama. If the whispers hold true, the Dodgers may have just signaled the start of a pivotal chapter in their quest for supremacy. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.